Hey beautiful people, welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to be learning how to make this thumbnail in minutes with our phone. Who's ready? Let's dive right into the video. So hi, my name is Caroline. If you don't know me, I am Caroline, the value queen, here to give you value. So I started a series, my previous video, highlighting 6 principles of a good thumbnail. I studied 2,000 high-performing thumbnails and I found something similar in every one of them, and I shared them on that video. So if you want to understand this video, watch that video first. And now let's dive right in. I also told you to download the PicArt app and the InShot app. We're going to be using these two, and just a bonus, we're going to be using Photoshop Express on mobile. We're going to be using the free features of all these apps. I don't want to talk too much. I want to show you. By the end of this video, you're going to be a pro because you watched the previous video before this one, and after this one, you're a pro. So let's dive right in.
Reach step 1 above, but step 2, select the main picture you want to be using as the subject for your thumbnail. Next thing you want to do is to color grade. Color grade and also sharpen. So you can see exposure. This is normal iPhone picture setting, exposure, highlight. So you can see I turn down the highlight so that the picture will not have too much white on the face, and then contrast can be increased here. But one secret about color grading is that just make sure. The day I had this secret, it really helped me in my video editing and even in my picture editing. Color grading, let the white be white. Most pictures default setting is gray color, ashy. It looks ashy kind of, or sometimes it look reddish. So just make sure by the time you're editing it, what you have to tone down, if you have to tone down anything that brings out the red, you can just follow the settings here. You can be pausing and be trying to edit. You will also be looking at your picture because my skin tone is different from yours, so you adjust some things to be different from mine. If you want me to do a whole new video on color grading, let me know in the comments. Notice how the black is black. You can even see the black points. I increased it. I made sure the face is clear and the pictures have come out. Then I increased the black because I want it to look, have strong color. That is what a thumbnail color should look like, strong colors. Do take time to study the color correction I did here. You can see I'm showing everything on the screen. We're not skipping anything yet, so just follow it. And if you see your picture too dark by the time you're done, you can lighten it up by the light settings. If you don't have if you're not using an iPhone, use your normal phone settings camera for editing picture, and just try to achieve as much as you can. This is the before picture, and you can see after editing it, this is how it came out, stronger, not ashy anymore. So now we'll just go next to InShot. This is me here just doing any little adjustment I need, but I've really gotten what I wanted here, so I'm just adding little play around. So now the next thing we'll go to do is to go to InShot. You can see I'm saving the photo. We'll now go to our InShot app. So now that you've located the InShot app, just click the plus sign and then you select the image where you saved it. Just scroll to where you saved it and select the specific image. See, this is very, very easy. Now we're going to work on this, on the face especially. The eyes need to stop being yellowish and become brighter because thumbnail is to expand. You can see I use the auto cutout. You search for the crop or the cutout symbol and you select it. Use the cutout symbol that looks like an eraser to erase all the edges that are not well defined, so you have a very sharp work. So I want to change the clothes to black color, so now that's what I'm going to be doing. I want to clean off this blue, most of the blue, and then I'll fix a black shirt. But before we do that, we have to quickly edit this by going to retouch app. Now this Peachy, it will direct you to another app, Peachy. If you have not downloaded it on your phone, it will tell you to download it, but you can it's still the same family with InShot, but this edits very well. You see I'm working on the smoothness. Try not to make the opacity of the smoothness too high, so make it just moderate. You see I turned it down a bit, then I started smoothing it so that your picture would not look fake, it will still look real. My eyes are yellow here, so what I usually like to using is this tooth sign. You can see the tooth there, and I just use it to work on the eye, white of the eye, so it won't be yellowish. You can see me working on it, brightening it lightly. You need to be careful there, so you can see me brightening that side whitely, so my eyes wouldn't be yellow. and just it's just for you to use your hand to rub that place after clicking. Also make sure the opacity of your tooth effect, this opacity is for whitening the tooth, but it really works for the eye. So I use it for the eye to whiten the eye, so my eyes won't be yellowish. You can see the before and you can see the after. You can see editing this is easy. It's just for you to take your time and put your mind to it. You can't put in enough effort to make a good video and you put a thumbnail that is not good. It automatically disqualifies it. It's like putting fresh wine in old wine skin, like the Bible says, right? This peachy facial edit by InShot is everything. It's the bomb. That's a lot of things. You can put makeup, it will look so real. I'm even putting eyelashes here, eyeliner, just to make the eyes pop a little bit. It will look so real. It can even put hair in the bald hair. It can do a lot of things, even change clothes color. So it's something I think you should take your time, go through it and just try on different things. What kind of eyeliner do you want? The cat eye? It shows and it looks so natural. Pick the one that matches your face and you will just see the way everything is going to transform. You can see the eyes coming up now. It is just 100/100. If you don't have this peachy app, which is for InShot Retouch app, you just have to download it. From the InShot app, it will just direct you to the other app. So you can also download the Peachy app separately, or you can just start editing and InShot will direct you to download the Peachy app. It's a 10/10 plus 10. Can you see how beautiful this is looking? So I'm changing the lips here, and I'm thinking of which color fits my dress. Okay, the red kind of fits it, but I don't want it too dark. So you can also adjust the opacity. Opacity means how concentrated something is and how light it is. So if I put a lipstick, you can see me reducing the opacity here. If I put a lipstick and the opacity is too strong for my look, I reduce it. Some mistake people make when editing makeups on all this app is that they increase the opacity and it just looks so fake. You can see the whole face has transformed. Also note that the skin tone, you can also adjust the skin tone. I was looking through reddish, I just adjusted it. So once you click OK, it carries you back to InShot app, and then your edited picture, we cropped it before. The new edit is on the body, but the crop is still remaining. So download this InShot and download the Peachy app. It is very important. Now what we're going to be doing next is we want to crop out this blue dress. So are you following? Here I am now cropping out the parts of the blue dress that I don't want to show, because I want to put on a black, I want it to be a black dress. So now the next thing, how do we get a black dress? Two options. It's either you download a transparent background black dress, or AI can just create it for you sharp. So what you're going to be doing is to go to AI and we'll chat with it. Go to ChatGPT on your web browser, ask it, give it this prompt. You can take a screenshot of that prompt, or you just check the description of the video. I will definitely drop it there. So what's next now that ChatGPT has given us a very good dress without the back neckline? Now we're just going to be fixing it on the picture on our InShot. Going back to our InShot, just place it on top of it, because the goal is to create that look where it will just stay at the front of the thumbnail. Now we're saving it and we're going back to PixArt. Now you're wondering, why is she not doing everything in one app? Why is she using this app, Because I like the way some app edits some things. Like take for this PixArt, for example. It gives the back shadow, the back of your item shadow. And I like the way it edits the skin. By the time you click on clarity, so I'm just going to be editing the skin here. You can see that background I put. You can download your background. This cyan blue with a vignette dark kind of round background. I can do a video on that if you want me to talk more on that. But you can see I'm trying to make the face pop. I just want to have an idea. Okay, how am I going to make this picture pop out of this background so it won't look too dark? I just edited it the more, increasing the clarity. You go to adjust and just play around with the settings, and you can see the face coming up more. Now notice the way I'm putting shadow on it. Can you see the shadow? I use the shadow, you shift the position of the shadow, you adjust the shadow, and you pick the color. The options are there. I would advise you all to, did you see this whitish background at the back, making me pop out of that blue background? So one thing I'll always tell people is that play around with these apps. Play around this app. At a point, you will get so used to it and you become a pro. So now, um Now that I've edited the main picture on the background, I want to with PixArt you can edit, you can put place other items on the thumbnail, on the background, and you can shift it to the front, shift it to the back. InShot doesn't do that. You only have to click, then one will just stop at the front. But PixArt you can quickly exchange so that you can edit it. So I like the way PixArt edit that. Now the next thing I want to do is you go to shapes. So I want to mask this shape. This is where I want to put my before, my experience in making thumbnail, and then after. And because I like it, this is still done on PixArt. You just go to mask, just follow the options there, go to mask, and then you put out the shape you want, adjust it. Then this is me just playing around with it. If you watch this video clearly on slow mode, if my talking is getting in your way, you will understand everything I'm doing. You can see it's super easy. You can see with the exchange tab where you can just exchange the tab a picture to the front. So now this is me creating another smaller shape. This is the same shape, but I just adjusted the size because I want it to be on top like a tiny banner where I write before or after. So this is me placing it on top of it, and then I'm going to be thinking of which color should I make that shape to be. Should it still be white? Should it be another color? So looking at this, you decide, will it be good? No, let's leave it at white, but we'll just put a little shadow on it. So I'm not going to leave it to be yellow now. No, that's not my thing. That's not what I'm working with. So yes, I just added shade. I've told you how to put shadow or shade, right? I've told you it's shadow in the PixArt app. You call it shadow. You can see how it's popping. That is the reason I love PixArt. It makes your picture pop on top of each other. That's why I like to put shadow at the background. So if you are doing flyers, this is also very good for your flyers. You can do high quality flyers with the PixArt. So yes, now we're done with this one. I'm just adjusting it. I want the shadow not to be too pronounced, but at the same time rather, it should be very, very fitting. So next thing is to go on our gallery and add the before picture. That is how I used to make thumbnails before I improved on myself. And this is me telling you anybody can grow in anything. For my thumbnails to be this better, it's just like, man, is it me? Am I still the same person? So this is how my thumbnail used to be, very blurry and just didn't make sense. So I added it, as that is how my before thumbnail was. So I just cropped it there, and I'm just placing it there. So you see that small box at the rectangular box at the up, I'll just write before. Do you understand? So I'll make the same white border with transparent background and put after. Please note, when you're doing this particular shape, please note that when you're doing this particular shape, you must ensure that the background is transparent. So you can just start with blank. That is the option you put. If you notice, we saved the other we exit the other project on the PixArt. This is a new project we are doing. Do you understand? So later we'll merge everything still on that PixArt. We'll go back to that former project and merge all these other parts we want to put. Don't be confused. I know the first time you're doing something like this, you might feel a little bit overwhelmed, but trust me, once you do it 2 times, you will be addicted to making very good thumbnails. So I just wanted to take my time to explain this to you. If you are not understanding what I'm saying, just use your eyes to follow what I'm doing. Okay, this is the text. I want the text to also have shadow. Normally I don't like writing text on this PixArt because it doesn't allow me have enough option for my text. But InShot doesn't give the type of shadow I want for my text. InShot doesn't give that level of shadow. So that is why I'm writing the before here. So after saving, I'm just going to delete this thumbnail on it and cancel the before and change it to after. Also, that little box where the before is lying inside, I'm going to be changing that one to after, and I want to change the color of that box to red. So this is how we're going to be doing it. After I've deleted the before, I'll just come to the after picture and select it and put it. So we're just going to do the same thing for this. Place it, adjust it, change the up to from before to after, put shadow on the text, and that's just it. Don't worry, when you're doing your own thumbnail, it's not going to be this technical. It's because of the items I had to show and what I wanted to achieve. So once you're making your thumbnails, this is very important that you pay attention to all this, so you will know. This is like me teaching you a bit of a complex format, right? You can also simplify your own, but at least you know what these tools are. You can see me adding shadow to the text. That's why I love the PixArt this shadow effect or pixart editing for, but just that they are text, they will expect you to be subscribed for you to, you know, receive have the opportunity to even import your own font, unlike InShot where you can upload your font. So yes, this is it. I'm saving it here. Now that we've done the major edits, you know, if you're doing your normal thumbnail, you can just, you know, go ahead and just combine it on PixArt. But I wanted to give it perspective. If you notice, my before and after of the main picture is slanting, one slanting to the left, one slanting to the right. So that is perspective. That's why you come to your Photoshop Express, go to your Photoshop Express app, upload your project, click on new project, and just, you know, post the, like you can see it's my before picture that is here. So what you're going to do, navigate down and go to the crop icon. Did you notice that the crop icon is at the down side? So when you go to the crop icon, you click on transform. You can see transform. There are options there, but you can see transform. Transform gives you that perspective. So I wanted the picture to bend. You may not want yours to bend. It's just what I was trying to achieve. I had my inspiration for this particular thumbnail. Like I always say, every thumbnail have an inspiration. Even if you're going to tweak a little thing to be different, have an inspiration as a beginner. It's when you become advanced, you can now start, you know, just trunking anything you like, but model those things that are working. I'm not saying do exactly what people are doing, but you tweak it, but at least let it be an inspiration for your work. So now that we've slant everything, we are going to combine everything on PixArt. Because once you slant the first side, which is the before, you save, you slant the second side. I promise you, my friend, this is not hard. It's not as hard as you're thinking. It's just because I'm trying to achieve a particular form of technicality on my thumbnail. I'm not gatekeeping. That is why I'm showing you everything. This, you know, the inspiration for my thumbnail. So we're back to the PixArt app. Now we want to combine everything. So we're going to be going back to the previous projects that we did, which is that first background, that first project with the background. So this is so exciting for me because we're almost done now. Putting back that blank blue background with the vignette. I like the vignette. Vignette means those slight shadow at the back of the blue. So and that you can put that manually on the blue before putting any picture. Now you can see the picture we went to add perspective in Photoshop Express. We have put them here and we're adding shadows. You know, I like shadow. It will be as if you place it on top. It's like a hard substance you placed on top. It gives you this 3D effect. So I placed it on top of the blue, and now I'm adding the face I want to be, so we can finally have our thumbnail. So here I'm putting it. I remember we practiced how to put shadow when I was explaining what shadow is on PixArt. So now we're just going to move over to shadow. We're going to move over to shadow. Once you move over to shadow, or move to the adjust, let's go to adjust first and brighten it, because that other editing I did there was just to show you. Oh, my battery showing low there. So increasing the highlights, increasing the clarity, it makes your picture pop. So if you don't even have an iPhone, PixArt is a very good app for you to use to edit your pictures. You can see I'm putting the shadow at the back. I'm going to put my shadow. I chose peach there, but I'm not feeling that peach so much. But let's adjust it and see how it's going to feel. Okay, I might actually change the color. All right. Okay, this is it. You can see it's already popping. It's beautiful, and we're done. This is our thumbnail. You like it, don't you? You can achieve this. Just dedicate your time and understand this app, from picking this picture and just transforming into this beauty. So you can do anything you want to do. Just know that. At first it might seem a little bit tedious, but it's not, I promise you. So I am done with this thumbnail. I'm going to be doing another video tutorial on thumbnails. Very simple. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and